Let's do a quick recap for the Homeless in Atlanta Season 1. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start over. Let's start from the beginning. Don't worry, I'm gonna upload all the trial and errors, but I just wanted to start over from the beginning. I wanted to be there for my kids. You always hear about, stay-at-home moms, homeschooling, housewives, things of that such. You always hear about it, but you never really know what it takes to actually accomplish and achieve such a goal. We never know what's the first step. We never really hear about the behind the scenes, the trials and the errors. We never really hear about, what was the motivation behind it. And so I took it upon myself. I was living with my brother, and I'm living with hallway. I proceed to get up, and first thing I do was go live on YouTube. Back in the day when you could just go live. Back in the day when you could, that was back in 2019 though. That wasn't that long ago, but back in 2019, all you had to do was just go live. And shortly thereafter, trust me, I was informed something about subscribers and 1,000 and something like that. But I get up and sheriff's office is standing in there. Hey, we here to evict. We're gonna get ready to throw all your stuff outside and all of that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you have some paperwork for me to confirm this. Yeah, I got it right here. I'm like, okay, well, let me see it. No, I don't have to show you anything. So I'm like, well, you would like to show me something. I mean, this is the first that I've heard of this. I'm like, I don't believe that that's how this process works. I thought that I should be informed, right? Well, if you want to go down to the court office and sort that thing out, you can. But other than that, we're going to be back here at a certain time and, all that. So I proceeded to catch a lift down to the courthouse and found the right place to go and asked the receptionist at the desk, hey, I had some sheriff's officers run up in my house today and tell me that they were going to throw all of my stuff outside in the middle of the street because I'm about to get evicted and I haven't even been informed or notified. So she pulls out a binder and she's flipping through pages and oh yeah, here's a letter right here. It was returned. Nothing I can do. Oh well, whoop-de-doo. So, whatever time they said that they were going to be coming back, they definitely came back. And they definitely proceeded to throw all of my things outside in the middle of the street. Hey, can you give me like 10 minutes because I got a U-Haul coming down the street? No, ma'am, we're going to be throwing everything outside. Okay. So I sat outside and I just proceeded to cry. Just proceeded to cry until the U-Haul truck came and we just moved everything into the U-Haul and we put it in storage. Now, before this all happened, I want to say maybe like a week or two before this happened, I reached out to a very popular, amazing organization I'm just putting my phone on the charger in a second, in Atlanta called Partnership for Community Action. If you know, you know. And this will be my second time receiving assistance throughout this homeless journey with the Partnership for Community Action. So, yes, thank you for your services. Indeed. A week or two before this happened, I reached out. I was told, hey, there's this organization, Partnership for Community Action. They offer assistance, rental assistance. You need to call Monday, 8 o'clock, try to get your appointment scheduled while the slots are open, 8 o'clock on the dot. If it rain, call back. If it rain, call back. And then when that line busy, it's full. And so I want to say maybe about 2 to 3 weeks before my appointment, I had started trying to call every Monday and things of that such, trying to remember. I was able to get an appointment. I'm headed to my appointment, and I emailed the leasing office. Hey, I got an appointment with Partnership for Community Action this morning. They are going to help me with the rent. Hear back from the leasing office. Okay, great, that's fine. Okay, cool. At least I let them know before I left. Hey, I'm headed to Partnership for Community Action. They're offering to help me with the rent. Okay, cool. Right? Okay, cool. It was just the charger. I was trying to unplug it. Well, I did unplug it, but the other half obviously came up. So I go to this appointment, have all my supporting documents, show up on time. And so we're going through the process. We're going through everything. Okay, this is how much we'll be able to help assist you with. And then you will have to, obviously come up with the rest. And I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. I just got my taxes and stuff like that. So I'll be good to be able to catch myself up. She's like, okay, great. Well, before we finalize everything, let me call the leasing office and just confirm that they are willing to accept assistance on your behalf. Struck me as odd, obviously, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why would they not? Right? She was like, well, you never know. That's why we have to call, because you just never know. And so I'm like, okay, no, that's fine. I'm like, dang, I'm not tripping about that. It just kind of struck me as odd as that would be like a specific step before the finalization. But I'm like, no, that's fine. I ain't got no reason for that. I'm like, I mean, you got to do your job. But one thing I do know is that I emailed her also before I got here. So, but go ahead. She gets on the phone to verify, hey, I have Miss Miller here. She wants to get some assistance with us to help with her rent. No. I was like, she said what? She said no. And for the life of me, I couldn't get it. I couldn't grasp it quick enough. I'm like, did I not just email this lady? Wait. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do, Miss Miller. Thank you for your time. Good luck on your journey. And so, like I said, that was about a week-ish. And the sheriff came out and, proceeded to evict us. And I had asked Ernest, who was the father of the twins, I asked him to come and get the girls. He had came and got them, grabbed their little clothes and stuff like that, and then he had went and got the U-Haul. And so I think me and my brother, we ended up kind of chilling for a while after we got everything into the storage unit. Just kind of chopping it up and stuff like that. He was trying to figure out what he was going to do. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I know Christian ended up asking a friend of his and their mom if he could kind of chill over there and catch the bus and go back and forth to school and stuff like that. And so he had somewhere to go. The girls had somewhere to go. And like I said, I think that my brother, he ended up finding him somewhere to go. And so I remember, before my son came up with the idea of chilling with his friend and, catching the ride back and forth to school. Catching the bus back and forth to school. I just remember, I was like, well, let's just get a room and, figure things out. And that's when he was like, well, no, just save your money and you can go over there to grandma's house. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I would rather just get a room and, figure things out. I was like, well, I can go over to my friend's house and all that. So, And so I was thinking to myself, just go get a room. Don't even bother. Just go get a room. And some way, somehow, I ended up going to my mom's, right? Excuse me, you all in my nose. Somewhere over there. Trust me, against my better judgment, I just, some way, somehow, ended up going to my mom's house. And I will leave that part for episode 2 because it's always an emotional roller coaster when it comes to this, whatever mother-daughter relationship you want to call it or try to attempt or portray it as to be, which is not, but I'll always put forth an effort. I feel like I've always tried to put forth an effort to at least put myself into the predicament of, well, maybe this could help. Maybe this could help. Maybe this is a turning point for you to, let's just say,